Okay, hey guys, so here is the back page of your review. So what we want to do is find all the holes, the asymptotes, horizontal and vertical. So let's do this. Horizontal. My degree on top is a 1. My degree on bottom is a 1. So we're going to divide by the leading coefficient. So my leading coefficient is a 2. The leading coefficient is a 1. So this would be y equals 2 over 1, or just plain old 2. Please make sure you get the y. Now, holes. Do we have a common factor on top and on bottom? And the answer is no. So we have no holes there. Okay. And then last is vertical asymptote. This is where we take the bottom and set it equal to 0 and solve. So add 1, so x equals 1. So my vertical asymptote is x equals 1. Okay, so let's look at number 6. F of x equals x cubed plus 6x squared plus 8x all over negative 4x squared minus 12x. Okay, I'm going to bring my camera down a little bit more. I don't want to miss any of this beautiful math. Let's see if I do that. Okay, awesome sauce. Okay, horizontal. So notice here, my degree on top is 3, my degree on bottom is 2. So if I have a degree on top that is bigger, we have no horizontal asymptotes. Okay. Now to answer holes and vertical, we're going to have to do some factoring. So I'm going to look at the top. Notice each 3 terms here have an x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an x from everybody. So that'll be x squared plus 6x plus 8. Okay, I'm not going to deal with the bottom right now. I'm just going to work on the top. Now I want to see if I can factor this out anymore to this situation. So give me 2 numbers that multiply to 8 and add to 6. And the answer is plus 4 and x plus 2. Okay. Now let's take the bottom. Negative 4x squared minus 12x. Okay. I see an x. I also see a negative 4. So what I'm going to do is take out a negative 4 and an x. So if I take out a negative 4 and an x, I'm left with just an x. Negative 12 divided by negative 4 is plus 3, and I take the x away. Okay, now what I'm going to do, and I know I'm taking a lot of extra paper, I'm now going to rewrite this as one fraction. X plus 4, x plus 2, over negative 4x and x plus 3. Okay. To be a whole, we have to have a common factor. And I'm going to use a different color. There is one in there. It's kind of sneaky. But you see how we have an x on top and on bottom? So that is my whole. And if I set x equals 0, then my whole is at x equals 0. And then, to do my vertical, I'm going to do x plus 3 equals 0, because remember I can't be a whole and a vertical. Subtract 3, and I get x equals negative 3. So that will be my vertical. Okay. I hope this is really helping. If not, please come see me or Mr. Ford. We would love to help y'all. Okay, so number 7, x squared plus 5x plus 4, and x squared minus 1. Okay. So horizontal, whole, and vertical. Okay, so I have a degree on top of 2 and degree on bottom, that's a 2. So we divide by the leading coefficient. So understood 1, understood 1. So y equals 1 over 1, which is just plain old 1. So let's factor. Now give me two numbers that multiply to give you 4, but add to 5. Now you want to be careful because our go-to is 2 plus 2, which equals 4, not 5. And a lot of people forget 1 and 4, because 1 times 4 is still 4, but when we add, we get that 5. So you want to be careful. And remember the 1. 1 is technically a factor. So we get x plus 1 and x plus 5. Now down here is the difference of two squares. So it'll be x plus 1 and x minus 1. Now, little side note, if you struggle with this, another option, and I'm going to put it down here. So another option, instead of doing x squared minus 1, you could turn this into x squared plus 0x minus 1. So that would give you, see that you have to multiply two numbers to give you 1, subtract to get 0. If you're happy with this, great. If you're like struggle and you would rather have 3 terms, that's how we can turn it into 3 terms. Okay? Now, if we look right here, ooh, they're on the same side. X plus 1s are the same, so we have a whole. So we just set x plus 1 equal to 0. Add, ooh, no, subtract 1 to both sides, and x equals negative 1, which is our whole. Now, a lot of people have asked, why do we ignore the top? So, like, why are we ignoring x plus 5? Really, we don't care much about the top, because the bottom is where we have the issues, and we can't have 0 at the bottom. So that's why we worry more about the bottom than the top. So then I'm going to set x minus 1 equal to 0, because remember, x plus 1 can't be a vertical asymptote. And then add 1 to both sides, so x equals 1. Okay. I hope this really is helping. So f of x equals x squared plus x minus 2 and x squared plus 3x. Okay, again, we have a common factor at top and on the bottom. So we're going to divide by the leading coefficients. Understood 1, understood 1. So 1 divided by 1, which is 1. So let's get to factoring. What two numbers multiply to give me 2 when I subtract I get 1? So yes, it's 2 and 1. When we subtract, we get positive 1. So we need that combination. Because if I do it the other way, I get negative 1. And we need that positive 1 right there. So you want to be careful. So we get x plus 2 and x minus 1. Now, looking down here, notice both of these just have an x. So we're just going to pull out that x. And if I pull that x out, I'm left with an x plus 3. Now, we're going to look for a whole. Do I have a common factor on top and on bottom? No. So, no wholes. So that means we have vertical asymptotes. So I'm going to set each of these factors equal to 0. So x equals 0 and x plus 3 equals 0. I'll subtract my 3, so x equals negative 3. So I have one at x equals 0 and at x equals negative 3. Okay. I really hope this is becoming fun. F of x equals x squared minus 16. negative 4x squared minus 4x plus 24. So let's go ahead and do horizontal. Degree on top is 2, degree on bottom is 2. So we divide by the leading coefficients. Understood 1 on top. Ooh, a negative 4 at the bottom. So this would be y equals negative 1/4. Okay. And you can put the negative on the 4 or the 1. It doesn't matter, but don't do both. So now we need a factor. So this is the difference of two squares. So I'm going to have to do the bottom in multiple steps. So x plus 4 and x minus 4. Okay. So I'm going to be honest, there's something in here that I just don't like. And I'll be honest, not a fan of it. That negative 4. But notice all of these, I can actually factor out a negative 4. So let's do the bottom. So I'm going to take a negative 4 out. So that becomes x squared. Please be careful. When I take a negative 4 out, this actually becomes plus x. And if I take a negative 4 out of here, we get minus 6. Okay. Now, that negative 4 is going to come along. So give me two numbers that multiply to give me 6 that subtracts to 1. And that'll be x plus 3 and x minus 2. So I'm going to put it all back together. So we're going to get x plus 4, x minus 4. Negative 4, x plus 3, and x minus 2. So then you ask yourself, do I have a common factor on top and on bottom? And the answer is no. So we have none. So that means we're going to set all of our factors equal to 0. Now, does it make sense by having negative 4 equals 0? No. We throw that away. And I'm going to teach you a little fast thing. Because this is just like this, when I move the 3 over, it becomes negative. So you're just going to change the sign. If you're not sure about it, I'd rather you just keep doing what you do best. Okay. So I have vertical asymptotes at x equals negative 3 and at x equals 2. Okay. We are sailing. Last question. I'm just going to check one more time. It's not going to show me. Okay. So number 10. And then okay, same degree on top and on bottom. So we do have a horizontal asymptote, and it's going to be 1 divided by 1, which is just 1. Let's factor. Give me two numbers that multiply to 4 and add 5. And I think we did this one earlier. So it'll be x plus 1 and x plus 4. Now give me two numbers down here that multiply to give me 2, but subtracts to give me positive 1. So this would be x plus 2 and x minus 1. Ooh, so close. Positive 1 and a negative 1, not close enough. They're not identical. So we have no wholes. So now we just take x plus 2, set it equal to 0, x minus 1 equal to 0. So x equals negative 2 and x equals 1. And those are our vertical. X equals negative 2 and x equals 1. I hope this has helped, and I wish y'all luck on your quiz.